Have you ever felt like you had everything, but the one thing you wanted most was just out of reach? This is the story of Theto, a name that means love in Sesotho, and a woman who truly embodied her name. Living in the bustling heart of Johannesburg, Theto was a picture of success. A high-flying corporate lawyer, she had a stunning apartment overlooking the city, a wardrobe to die for, and a career that many could only dream of. From the outside, her life was perfect. She was independent, brilliant, and respected. But behind the closed doors of her chic Santon apartment, a profound loneliness echoed in the silence. Her days were filled with high-stakes negotiations and boardroom battles, but her nights were quiet. Friends would often tell her, "Theto, you have it all. What more could you want?" She'd smile, a practiced, polite smile, but her heart knew what was missing. It wasn't just a partner she longed for. It was a connection, a deep, soul-stirring love that made all the success feel meaningful. Her family, proud of her achievements, had their own ideas for her future. They envisioned her with a successful South African man from a good family, someone who fit neatly into their world. The pressure was subtle but constant, a gentle hum beneath the surface of every family gathering. "When are you settling down, my child?" her grandmother would ask, her eyes full of loving concern. One evening, dragged along to a gallery opening by a friend, Theto felt the usual social fatigue creeping in. She was sipping her drink, observing the crowd, when a man with a warm, infectious laugh caught her attention. He was standing by a vibrant, abstract painting, his eyes sparkling with genuine appreciation. This was Felix, a Nigerian software engineer who had recently moved to Johannesburg for a new project. He radiated a calm confidence and an easygoing charm that was impossible to ignore. Their eyes met across the room, and in that moment, something shifted. It felt like a spark, a tiny flicker of warmth in the cool, lonely chambers of her heart. Felix approached her, not with a cheesy pickup line, but with a simple question about the art. "What do you see in this piece?" he asked, his voice a rich baritone with a distinct Nigerian accent. The conversation that followed was effortless. They talked for hours about art, technology, their dreams, and their journeys. For the first time in a long time, Theto wasn't Theto the lawyer. She was just Theto. She felt seen, heard, and understood in a way she hadn't experienced before. Felix wasn't intimidated by her success. He was captivated by her mind and her spirit. As the night ended, he asked for a number, and she gave it without a second's hesitation. Their first date was a simple walk through the Johannesburg Botanical Garden. They talked, they laughed, and they discovered a world of shared values and a similar sense of humor. He told her about his family in Lagos, his passion for coding, and his love for spicy jollof rice. She told him about the pressures of her job, her secret love for old-school Kwaito music, and her longing for a life that was more than just work. With each date, the connection grew stronger. Felix's presence was like a balm to her soul. He celebrated her victories, comforted her on her tough days, and made her laugh until her sides ached. He saw the woman behind the power suit, and he fell in love with her. And Theto, for the first time, allowed herself to fall completely and utterly in love. After a few blissful months, Theto knew it was time to introduce Felix to her family. She was nervous, but her heart was so full of love that she felt brave. She hosted a traditional Sunday braai, a cornerstone of South African family life. The moment Felix walked in, a polite but noticeable chill descended. Her father's handshake was a little too firm. Her mother's smile didn't quite reach her eyes, and her uncles exchanged knowing glances. The conversation was strained. They asked Felix about his work, his family, but the questions felt more like an interrogation. The unspoken question hung heavy in the air. Why him? Why a foreigner? Why a Nigerian? After Felix left, the dam broke. "Theto, what are you thinking?" her father began, his voice laced with disappointment. "He's not one of us. You know the stories we hear. What about our culture? Our family name?" Her aunt chimed in. "Think about the complications, the differences. It's just not right. We want the best for you, and this is a risk." Theto was stunned. She had expected some reservations, but not this wall of disapproval. They weren't seeing Felix, the kind, intelligent, loving man she adored. They were seeing a stereotype, a headline, a nationality. They were seeing a threat to their idea of her perfect life. The opposition wasn't just from her family. Whispers followed her at work and among her social circles. Some friends were supportive, but others voiced concerns. "Are you sure about this, Theto? You know what they say?" one friend commented over lunch. The insinuation clear. The societal pressure, the stereotypes about Nigerians in South Africa, suddenly became a very real and painful part of her life. She was caught in a storm of prejudice and fear, and it was heartbreaking. Doubt began to creep in. Was she being naive? Was she betraying her family, her culture? The weight of their disapproval was immense, and the loneliness she thought she had conquered came rushing back, stronger than before. During this turmoil, Felix was her rock. He listened patiently to her fears and her pain, never once becoming defensive. "My love," he would say, taking her hands in his, "I can't change where I'm from, and I am proud of who I am, just as you are proud of who you are. But what matters is us, what we are building together. Their fear is not about you or me. It's about the unknown. We just have to show them our love is real." His unwavering belief in their relationship gave her the strength she needed. He wasn't just her partner, he was her teammate. They were in this together. One evening, feeling utterly defeated after another difficult phone call with her mother, Thedo looked around her beautiful, empty apartment. The designer furniture, the expensive art, it all felt cold and meaningless. She had spent her entire life chasing this version of success, the version everyone else wanted for her. And for what? To be alone, to have her heart's choice judged and rejected. In that moment, clarity washed over her. She realized her happiness couldn't be dictated by her family's expectations or society's prejudices. Her happiness was her own, to define and to fight for. She had built a successful career on her own terms, and she would build a successful life on her own terms too. The next Sunday, Thedo went to her family home alone. She sat them down, not with anger, but with a quiet, unshakable resolve. "I love you all," she began, her voice steady, "and I have always tried to make you proud. I have built the life you wanted for me. I am a successful lawyer. I am independent. But I was not happy. Not truly. Now, I am. Felix makes me happy. He loves me for who I am, and I love him. I understand your fears, but they are based on prejudice, not on the man he is. I am choosing my happiness. I am choosing love. I am choosing Felix. I hope that one day you will be able to choose to be happy for me. But my choice is made." Her words, spoken from the heart, hung in the air. There was a long silence. Her father looked away. Her mother had tears in her eyes, but something had shifted. They saw a different woman before them, not just their successful daughter, but a strong woman defining her own path. It wasn't an instant fairy tale ending. It took time. It took many more conversations, more shared meals, where Felix patiently answered the same questions, his warmth slowly melting the ice. He made an effort to learn some Sesotho phrases. He brought his famous jollof rice to the braai, and he treated Thedo's family with a respect that was impossible to deny. Slowly, painstakingly, they started to see past the accent and the passport. They saw the way he looked at Thedo, the way his presence made her light up. They saw a good man who loved their daughter. The journey was long and wasn't always easy, but Thedo and Felix faced it together, their bond strengthened by the challenges they overcame. They built a life filled with a beautiful blend of their Kaltuza home, where the sounds of amapiano and Afrobeats mixed, where braai was served alongside jollof rice, and where love knew no borders. Thedo's story is a powerful reminder that true success isn't just about career achievements or material wealth. It's about the courage to choose your own happiness, even when it goes against the expectations of those you love. It's about fighting for love in a world that often tries to build walls. Thedo, the woman whose name means love, finally found its truest meaning, not in a boardroom, but in the heart of a man from another land, proving that love is the most powerful force for breaking down barriers. Thank you so much for watching. If Thedo's story resonated with you, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.